What is up, cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of the pre-review crew, this time for August and September of 2025. Before we start talking about the games, let's kick it over to who I have in my cast of characters list. As always, we have Brennan
Yo.
and we have Mike.
So
Okay, so this episode might be a little short because we are reviewing a bit early. So the only game that we have to review so far is Echoes of the End. It's an action adventure third person game. It's developed by My Cure Games and published by Deep Silver. It came out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on August 12th. It has a 73 top critic average with only 37% of critics recommending. I think that might be the lowest we have so far.
Probably.
in a while,
Yeah, definitely.
Like, and that's a bit sad because I had high hopes about this game, but I will say I completely forgot this game come out. I have not seen or heard a single thing. Like, I was waiting for like my usual people on YouTube to play this game. They didn't play it.
Yeah, there was like no marketing about it. To be honest with you, yeah, this came and went, and I had no idea. To be honest, I forgot that we talked about it. I'm not gonna lie.
that's kind of why I wasn't surprised it got the reviews it did, because it was like, if we can't even remember that this game came out, like that kind of says something about the game.
Which, like, kind of makes me upset because, like, what was that one really bad game that we compared this to?
Oh, oh fuck. It was the girl that got isekai'd, and she had the talking
Yeah.
bracelet.
We compared it to that game, and that game had more marketing, had more reviews. Like, I'm pretty sure that game did better than this, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Dude, what was that called?
I don't remember.
Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. I'm gonna look it up. But I'm looking at one Google search at a time. Okay, but the one that I was looking up now is I looked into the developer. Um, I'm probably gonna butcher the name. Mirker Games. Um,
Something like that.
I think I want to say it's Icelandic. I'm not 100% sure.
I think we did talk about that. I think they are.
Yeah. This is like their first game, so it's one of those things where like I feel like it didn't quite.
Forspoken.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you. Okay, Forspoken.
Sorry.
No. Save me a Google search. It was like on the tip of my tongue too. I just. Thank you. Um. Yeah, it's like on one hand, I'm like, the game came away. They probably didn't have any money to market it. To be honest with you, like they probably spent like their entire budget on just developing the game to break even. Um, so that if that's the case, that makes sense. And to be honest with you, I mean, like looking at it that way and through that lens, I don't think that it wasn't that bad. Like these reviews are kind of mediocre or whatever, but like I think for a developer that just started, this is probably like a decent step in the right direction, right? Like it's not a complete flop, right? Not completely dead on arrival. Um, that's the only like I don't know. That's like the most positive I can give it. A lot of people did credit like the that it was like a linear narrative focused experience. I was reading the puzzles were really interesting, but it was mostly it got knocked points for the combat just being kind of fine-ish, okay, and then technical glitches and whatnot. It's not like it wasn't nothing was like egregiously bad, right? It was just kind of okay, which again, for a new developer, that's kind of that's fine. Like that's good job. Keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like this is like when Brennan fucked up cookies a couple weeks ago. Okay,
Oh
I
god.
made homemade cookies for the first time. All right, and I put my blood and soul into that shit. And everyone, I gave it to people at work. And they were like, they were chocolate chip cookies, by the way. And people were like, "Oh, does this have peanut butter in it?" I was like, "No." Like what the fuck? Why do you think this is peanut? Okay. They were like, "Oh, did you add salt to this?" Like, yeah, I probably added a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon of salt, but don't hate me. And so I felt very dejected, right? The cookies were okay. And I was like, fuck, I'm never going to make cookies ever again. But then, shout out to my not wife, but wife at work. She gave me a list of like feedback. And so I was like, I want to impress her. So I'm gonna go back and make fucking better cookies. And you know what? I made better cookies this week. So I hope that this developer does the same thing. Like they take this as a learning experience to just make a better game next time. You guys can do it. You can make better cookies.
Yeah, I gotta agree. For first game, I'm watching gameplay right now. I mean, a lot of the reviews agreed that visually this game looked really good. Um, and so for first game for a developer, you gotta have your growing pains. You gotta be able to, uh, it's very rare that you're gonna do it right the first time. So, and the game's not even a full 60. It's right now it's $35.
Oh,
Um,
Damn.
yeah, so it's like, if you want to try it, you're not gonna be paying full price. Um, but I hope, whatever. I hope they learn from this, take the criticism to heart, and that their next game, will do a lot better.
I will say I am watching a bit of gameplay, um, and this already does look better than Forspoken. I will say this about Forspoken, and I'm reading this from Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. But apparently they um, consulted Black Girl Gamers, which is like a non-profit or some sort of like company, regarding the characterization of Frey, because Frey is a black female main character in that game. So I thought that
Mhm.
was really cool. But anyway, this game already looks better than that. But honestly, for being $35, I might just pick it up. Because I mean, even if the combat's like not that great, I honestly don't mind if it has a decent story. I'm all for it. Like I'll wiggle my way through the mediocre combat. So, and it's like it's sad because I had hopes for this game. Like I was hoping it might be able to stand with the triple A's. They, like we said, they are a somewhat small and new company. So, of course, they don't have triple A money. So, I'm happy that they've done what they've been able to do.
Mhm.
Like you're not pulling out a Claire Excura Expedition 33. That's like once in a while. You're not going to get that all the time.
no, yeah, you're never gonna get that. And then there's studios that you look at like you look at like big heavy hitter studios that like CD Projekt Red. The first Witcher game sucked. Okay, like that game sucked. It was probably even just okay back when it first came out, but it was nothing really special. Like FromSoft, they're I can't even remember. It's like King's Quest or something. I forget the name of their series before Armored Core. That shit was garbage. I mean, not it wasn't garbage, but it wasn't fucking Dark Souls. Like Mike said, it's extremely rare for you to just come out swinging. Expedition 33. That happens once a decade, probably. It shit just doesn't happen. Or on the flip side, you're like a Hello Games with No Man's Sky. You just completely bomb and flop totally, but then you fix your game. You work on that until it becomes good, and then your reputation is kind of put back. This is just different. They can just make take all the feedback and just make a better game. I think the problem here too is that this looks very safe. right? Like this looks very God of War. This looks very Uncharted. Um, this it looks gameplay wise, it just feels and looks very safe. So I'm hoping that maybe they could even just do more with the setting and like how it feels and how it plays. Like there's so much more that you can do, but I think it's a nice move. It's a smart move for a developer to come out with like a safe game, especially when you're a small, a small developer with like 40 people from Iceland. Like financially, it's probably the safest move to just make a safe-ish game. Like not everyone can afford to just make fucking crazy bonker game, hope that it does well.
I mean, and fantasy is definitely a popular topic nowadays, especially with book talk. Has definitely helped with that, and I feel like that has definitely rolled over into video games. So I can understand where they're coming from, but also like I think they might have added like their area or like country's lore into the game, which is pretty cool. I just feel like they might have just went a little bit too broad, a little bit too wide, and bit off a little bit more than they can chew. I'm wondering if they had like a little bit more time, if they polished this better, if it would have gotten like higher reviews.
Maybe. I don't think that it would have made it like a 10 out of 10, but it could have knocked it up maybe like a point or half a point more for polish. Totally.
Probably like an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, something like that.
Almost 7.5 out of 10.
I do hope that they stick with it and that they do some updates to help it out, maybe clean it up a little bit. But I do think that this game has potential. Game Awards potential, definitely not, unfortunately. Um, but hopefully, this is one of those games that people pick up this holiday season if it goes cheaper on sale, which it probably will. Um, and maybe it'll become like a hit later on.
Like a cult classic or something.
Yeah. I feel like that's the way Forspoken's gonna be. I have no clue why, but I definitely feel that way. But
What?
for our other games for August, Gears of War Reloaded and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, those games do not come out till the end of the month on the 26th and the 28th, respectively. So at this time, we do not have review scores. So let's pop over to our upcoming month of September and kick it off with Hell Is Us. It's an action adventure single player RPG. It's developed by Rogue Factor and published by Nancon. It's coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on September 4th.
Okay, so when I first saw this, oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say when I first saw this, I just thought, from the description, oh great, another rogues like, come on, like not rogues like, souls like, but I don't know. Watching the gameplay, this actually looks, especially the story. I love the way the story looks. Is it your typical Dark Souls like? Yes, but it looks like it's also just a mind trip. Um, like kind of like Bloodborne was. It's a dark, dreary game, but it kind of messes with your head a little bit, and that's what I'm kind of getting from this. I'm not a big fan of Souls likes, but this is a game where I can see has potential to kind of cement itself this year and be like one of those. Okay, if you like the tough combat kind of game, you're going to pick this up and you'll get the reward of it also being a trippy environment and a good story.
Okay, real stupid question. This is a Souls like.
So like I'm not like it kind of looks like it, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. Like I'm not really sure. Um, like I don't it. I'm not sure. I can't say just off of the trailer. But I'm reading up on First off, this looks fucking dope. This looks like it's way up Brennan's alley. This looks like it's so far Brennan's alley that I don't even know where the alley is anymore. Like all of the comments in the gameplay trailer, which thank God it's not just a fucking cinematic trailer. It's actually a gameplay trailer. Thank you. Um, everyone's like, "Oh, this is like Metal Gear Returnal Souls Death Stranding." And I'm like, yes, please. Like, he's just take everything I like and roll it up and throw it at my face. This is cool. Okay, so according to the product page, Hell's Us is a third-person action-adventure game that combines intense melee combat with the thrill of exploration. Explore a semi-open world to find answers to your questions and face mysterious creatures all along your journey. Wow, that sounds really fucking cool. But what's even cooler is that there's no map, no compass, no quest markers. Following your instincts is part of the adventure. Enjoy a unique experience that uses innovative writing and level design to let you make your own decisions and follow your instincts as you explore. Your discoveries are yours alone. So that to me, I mean, it's not quite Souls-like, but I really like the idea of just a game just not fucking holding your hand at all. Just being like, here, go. Go just figure it out. That's so fucking cool. I love that.
I think what got me is just the story. Like, I really thought the story was cool. I think these monsters are cool. The game just looks cool and unique. Like, there's a lot of. I don't know why. I love a good game with a lot of fucking lore and story behind it. Like, fuck me up with that shit. And, like, all of the just like buildings and things like that. Like it looks so fucking cool. And then you have a little drone and you can use that in combat. What the fuck? Fuck me up.
Oh, really quick, there's a demo and it's only $50.
There are different levels to the pack. It does look like they have not stories, puzzles in it. And if you go on the Nancon gaming website, there is a comic, and apparently the game picks up where the comic leaves off.
Yeah, I'm trying to download the comic right now.
Yeah, I got it pulled up, so I'm gonna start reading that. But it, I am. Huh. This game just looks real cool. It looks
I'm
so cool. What?
downloading the demo.
Going back to what Brennan was saying about Death Stranding, I honestly think this is going to be what people thought Death Stranding was originally going to be.
Yeah, I can see this being some kind of sleeper hit. Maybe not like game of the year sleeper hit, but one of those games when it comes out, people do start talking about.
And it's like, who is this man? Who is this man? Why does the sword glow? I mean, when you look at the sword, it looks like it's made of the same material that, like, the holy aliens are made out of. So it's like, why can he wield it? Why does it glow when he touches it? He kind of gives off main character energy from oh fuck. Uh what was that? What was that game that Ubisoft made? The
Watch Dogs.
yeah,
This guy
Watch
looks
Dogs.
what?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, totally.
It's the
It's like
hood.
it's the brooding, it's the
Yeah.
hood, it's the baseball cap. Yeah.
So like I'm real curious about this. I'm curious about your little drone fella. Like what the hell is going on? And you just see bodies, bodies upon bodies in pits, in lakes. You see like fucking massive, like buildings, like massive buildings, and these white aliens that look like they're only underground. But you have tanks above ground, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? So like, I'm super excited to figure out what this game is about because I just want to know. Fuck me up.
I'm gonna play this demo as soon as this demo starts. I'm gonna start playing on podcast. I swear to God.
That is,
This is
you know
dope.
what? That is perfect. Oh, somebody actually played the demo on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. But yes, this looks good. I have high hopes for this. I really hope this game does well. If it doesn't, I will honestly be a bit disappointed. So, um, next up after that, honestly, September is looking juicy, and you have hit after hit after hit this month. So if you're like, okay, Hell is Us came out on the 4th, I beat it. It's the 12th. What am I gonna play now? What guys like? What should I play? And you're like, oh my god. Let me ask the pre-review crew. This is what we're gonna say. The next game that you should buy is Borderlands 4. It's an action shooter RPG developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K Games. It's coming out on PC, PS5, Switch 2. Who the fuck would have guessed that? Xbox Series S and X on, you guessed it, September 12th.
I'm okay. Borderlands has been a very important game in my life throughout a lot of it. Okay, I played the original when it released. I played the remaster of the original. There was a point in time where I think it was like high school where I would come home every day and me and my friend Chris would just boot up Borderlands 2 and we did the whole game and all the DLC together. And we did like I don't know, I forget, we were in the middle of like our second or third like playthrough of everything. This game means a lot. So when Borderlands 3 came out, that game sucked so bad. That game sucked so fucking bad that my demo's done. That game sucked so bad in terms of the writing. The gameplay was probably the best it's ever been. Um, the gunplay felt really good. The movement felt better. Um, I remember like the Vault Hunters, like the abilities being pretty fun, but oh my god, the story was dog shit. Oh my god, I couldn't stomach it. When we did a second playthrough, I turned off voices. I was like, I cannot hear any of this shit. Like, it got to the point where there's a line in satire and parody, right? Where like you eventually become, if you don't skirt that line of parody satire, right, you become the thing that you're making fun of, right? And that's what this was. Borderlands 3 became the thing that it was making fun of consistently, and it made me so angry because it's like Borderlands 2 is just it was great, and it's Handsome Jack was one of the greatest villains, and then they had nothing. I think the lead writer of 2 left. And Randy Pitchford is also just a colossal piece of shit. I'm sorry. There's just so much garbage about this guy, and every time he opens his mouth, it's just a PR nightmare. Um, I don't. I hope he has. I fucking hate that guy. I'm sorry. Again, he's just such a blunder on this whole thing. Even though he's like the face of it, I just fucking hate him. That being said, I know nothing about this game. I know absolutely zero. I'm going in completely blind because I do not want to be disappointed again. Or is that not the right way to do it? Should I know what I'm getting into so that I can avoid it if I am disappointed? I don't know. I'm watching the official trailer, the official gameplay trailer. Okay, I'm not watching the official story trailer. I'd rather put my foot in my mouth than watch the official story trailer. Again, just because of Borderlands 3. But the gameplay trailer looks fun. Like again, this looks like it's reiterating on 3, which is cool, great. Just so long as the writing isn't like a weird fan fiction written by a 15-year-old with constant bullshit, like tiny little fucking stupid wiener jokes in your ear 24/7. Like, oh my god, just shut up. Just let me shoot the fucking game, okay? Let me shoot in the game. Ah, shit. Just Just this cannot suck. Okay, this can't suck. If this sucks, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm like, we can't turn on. Borderlands was like the fucking Diablo 2 of FPS game. Okay, that's what this was. If they fuck this up, what do we have? Nothing. We have nothing. God damn it. Sorry. Sorry. I'm realizing I'm getting too heated. Oh my god. It's we quit smoking this week, okay? So bad week to stop smoking cigarettes, you know?
All right.
That's an airplane reference.
Yeah, I love that movie. I kind of come the same background as you. I was in college when the first couple of Borderlands games came out, and I played it with my brothers. I played it with my friends at college. We would always, whoever's house was available that day, we went and we played Borderlands together. Especially because it had the couch co-op, and so we were all able to just yeah. So we played the hell out of those games, and then three dropped, and like you, three, I was like, okay, first hour, this is cool, shooting stuff, doing Borderlands stuff, and like you said, that story was so terrible. I played every other Borderlands game. I played every single class,
Yeah.
and I didn't get bored.
Mm.
Borderlands 3, I think I played the Siren once, and then I never touched it again.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So when they announced Borderlands 4, at first I was like, no, because this is gonna be just Borderlands 3 all over again. It's gonna suck. Like, whatever. My brother though was like, bro, go and watch this gameplay. Go and watch these developer videos, and just seeing the changes they're making. And I know you don't know anything about the story, but like seeing what the story is developing from, I have really high hopes for this game. I don't like shooters that much, but Borderlands 4 is going to be one of those shooters where I'm going to be like, no, you know what? I don't care if I don't like them. I'm going to play this game because this game just looks badass.
Hmm.
I have never played a Borderlands game.
What?
I have a Borderlands in my library that was bought for me, and I have never played it.
Which one?
Borderlands 3.
Oh no.
God, yeah, you got the worst one. I'm sorry.
My whole question is there an overarching story? Like, what is the whole point of Borderlands? Is it just going in there and fucking shit up?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's like the first game. First game had a really, really simple story. It was you go to Pandora. Okay, the whole thing was supposed to be set on Pandora, which is just like this lawless shit planet. And the only thing that was cool about it is it essentially had One Piece on it, right? Like everyone was like, "Oh my god, there's like a secret treasure, and you gotta find it all in one piece." Like, but so all these vault hunters, aka Luffy and friends. I don't know why I'm comparing it to One Piece, but the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, it is just fucking One Piece in space. Um, it's just really on one planet though. But anyway, they try to find the vault. The vault has like innumerable treasures. But then you find the vault in the end of the first game, and it's actually kind of shit. But you end up saving the whole planet. Two, there's like so much that happens in two that it's really hard to even pinpoint what happens. There's a guy named Handsome Jack. He's got a whole tragic backstory that's I'm pretty sure that's explored in Tales of the Borderlands. I think, right?
In the pre-sequel.
Oh, pre-sequel. Right. Oh, yeah, of course. How could I have forgotten about what a what a strange game that was? I did play that one. This was the Australian studio and it was in space. Yeah. Um, I don't remember what happens in pre-sequel. Just Handsome Jack turns evil. Fuck, what happens in two?
Handsome Jack finds a a vault on another planet, and he's trying to open it. But
Right,
you're playing as vault hunters. You're trying to beat him to the vault, and you
right,
just end up clashing with him, and you have to fight all his men and everything in order to get to the vault before him. You're trying to get the One Piece before him.
right. Okay, yeah, and then a bunch of shenanigans happens.
Yeah,
Favorite characters, I'm not going to talk about it, but it gets sad. And it had some of the best DLC of all time. Tiny Tina's uh, Dungeons and Dragons shit. That was a great DLC. The other ones were kind of okay, if I remember correctly.
no, what was that called? Tiny Tina's.
I can't.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland or something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. Or
yeah.
well, they made a spin-off game too. I don't remember the name of that, but I think they share similar names. But the D&D DLC for Borderlands 2 was fucking beautiful. And then 3 is these like two influencer siblings. They do some shit and it sucks and we hate it and we hate it. So to answer your question,
It was so
no.
stupid. It was so stupid.
Yeah, it was really dumb. To answer your question, no, there's no overarching story. The only thing that's consistent is that there are vaults that people want to open. That's
And
it.
some characters do appear repeatedly in the games, but the stories themselves, you can play. You can play the games by themselves, be able to keep up with the story.
Yes, yeah. Like a lot, not like, I mean, at least for the first three games, there's like a lot of recurring characters from all over. Like the siren in the first game, Lilith, you see her in 2 and 3. A lot of the characters from 2 end up appearing in 3. Like, but it's always like a new thing. This can't suck. That's all I'm gonna say. This has no. I don't have it in me if this sucks, Mike.
I don't. I honestly don't care for Border. Like, I just don't care. Like, I have no care in the world for this game. Like, it just looks like a fun shooting game with some bright colors.
Haley, I don't know if we'd be friends anymore.
I'm sorry.
But I
Everybody
really
out
like.
there is praying for my downfall now.
You know what I'm doing? I'm praying for Randy Pitchford's downfall. It's funny how like a lot of these comments on the official gameplay trailer is just people just shitting on Randy Pitchford. Oh my god! If you want to have a good if you need a good story, just Google like Randy Pitchford flash drive. Great time, beautiful, great time. You're gonna enjoy it. Okay, and then you're gonna realize why we all fucking hate this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an IHOP? Why do I have IHOP in my head? What was like
Because
a he left a flash drive and I want to say it was an IHOP or like a Waffle House or something. Something just absolutely crazy. Somewhere where you should not leave a flash drive. That's all I'm gonna say.
anyway,
Yeah. Uh,
so
so, moral of the story: buy this game and go shoot stuff.
well, if you're like, hey, pre-review crew, listen. I played Borderlands, and I was disappointed, and I'm gonna side with Haley because she's the best. But in an alternate reality, you're like, listen, guys, I bought Borderlands 4. She told me to buy it. I played it. They thought it was good. They thought it was bad. Whatever. They're like, guys, what do we play next? What you play next is probably going to be Game of the Year because of the title alone. We're talking about Silent Hill F. Please insert applause.
Woo.
We are talking about Silent Hill F. It's a survival horror action adventure game. It is developed by Neobards Entertainment and published by your most hated game company, Konami. It's coming out on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X on September 25th.
Um, yeah, this game just Silent Hill is one of my favorite video game series ever, and I remember watching the first bits of gameplay they released for this, and I nutted. Um, it really is capturing a lot of what made Silent Hill, um, while also incorporating kind of its own feeling to it. A lot of Silent Hill games, even though they were made by a Japanese developer, kind of felt like they borrowed a lot from American horror. Silent Hill F is kind of different from that, and that it's borrowing up from a lot of Japanese horror, especially the idea that you're playing as this, young girl who's thrust into this horrible, you know, the Silent Hill world. And to me, that just sounds beautiful. Like this is if I'm gonna get any game this year, it's this game right here.
Brennan, how do you feel?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel nothing about Silent Hill.
That's because Brennan doesn't like horror games.
Okay,
Um,
Brendan, we can play this game together and we can cuddle.
oh god. Honestly, I'm curious to see if they can pull it off. Like, I'm really curious to see where this goes. I will say,
Mhm.
lending itself over to like Japanese horror is cool, but of course, it's something that's been done time and time again. And the one thing that I liked about Silent Hill was that it had like an extremely original story to it.
Mhm.
And I'm afraid that this is going to rely too much on Japanese horror and basically use that as a crutch to not have an original story.
Okay.
Which I think is safe to say because I mean, you look at Ghostwire Tokyo. I mean, that game when it came out, it told you, "Hey, like we're based like this game is about Japanese folklore. Like the whole point, all the monsters, everything, Japanese folklore. Like we are about Japanese horror, Japanese folklore. That is what this game is about." And coming on Silent Hill, um, like I'm expecting it to be original because that's what Silent Hill is. Like you look back at the original games, those stories are original. Nobody else was doing anything like it. And I'm just afraid that they're not going to do the same thing, that this is going to rely a bit too much on the folklore for the horror part of it. And if
Mhm.
so, that's going to be a major disappointment because you're not bringing in anything new. You're just like all the other games that do the same thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Um, I don't know. I think it's my love for Silent Hill itself is what's kind of fueling my excitement. Um, I haven't played a newer horror game that I enjoyed that very much in the past few years, so I'm hoping this is good because I want to play a really good newer horror game. Like to play for horror games these past few years, I've had to go unbox, my Fatal Frames, my old Silent Hill games. Silent Hill 2 remake was good, but I mean, it didn't touch the original. Um, so it would be nice to have just a newer horror game that I can play scared and just go through. Especially because I'm probably gonna make my wife play this.
I feel bad for her.
I got her to play Silent Hill 2 and she enjoyed it, so.
She has more balls than I do.
Hmm. She's got more balls than I do.
Well, that is it for this episode of the pre review crew for August and September. Let's kick it over to the guys for any final thoughts that they have on any of the games for these 2 months.
Yeah, so September 12th, go shoot stuff. September 25th, go be scared. It's gonna be Halloween season, starting around then. So you have spooky scary.
Ooh.
Brennan?
I I just hope Borderlands doesn't suck. I hope that Hell's Us is really good too.
Yeah, I hope September is a good month for video games.
September definitely seems like it, and I feel like September and October, not really so much August, but maybe, are like really good points for games to come out because you figure everybody's getting back to school. Everybody's really starting to get into that holiday season, even though it's months early. So, like, your game has time to sit. And, like, of course, people are going to buy it. If they don't buy it, they'll buy it at the holiday season. But I feel like right now is like a really good time for games to come out.
Hmm.
But that is it for this episode of the pre-review crew. Kick it back here next month in September. We'll go ahead and review Gears of War Reloaded, Metal Gear Solid Delta, since those games weren't out just yet, and then all the games that we spoke about for September, and listen to what we have to say about October. I had to pause there and actually remember if October came after September. But anyway, it's been your girl Haley here at the pre review crew. We'll have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.